Yo, what's going on? It's Tysophon, and I'm coming at you guys with a quick update on Tekken 8's new gameplay mechanics. So first, let's start off with the Rage system. The Rage system is making its comeback from Tekken 7, and it pretty much operates in the same fashion over here in Tekken 8. Once the character's health bar drops to a certain amount, you enter Rage state, and in this state you are rewarded with a buff such as higher damage output, which helps players make a comeback on other players. And of course, you also get access to your super, aka your rage art, that has been reduced down to a simple push of the R2 button, which if I remember correctly, didn't have a function back in Tekken 7. Next, we have a mechanic making its return from Tekken Tag Tournament, as stated by Harada, and it's the recovery gauge system. It works just like how Street Fighter V's recovery gauge does, which allows you to recover a bit of gray health that was lost from taking damage or blocking attacks, but at the same time it's not that simple here. You can't just stand around or backdash away from your opponent until the recovery kicks in, no. In Tekken 8, you actually have to strike your opponent or guard against one of their attacks to recover gray health that was lost. Whether they guard against your move or not is irrelevant. If you make contact with your opponent, you're for sure getting some health back. The thing I want to know is, does the amount of HP you get back the same for every character, or does it vary? Hopefully it's the same for everyone because I can see that causing a lot of balancing issues for the meta. And also, does heavy hitting attacks recover more gray life than lighter hitting attacks? That's also something I hope gets cleared up by Harada and the team in the future. But yeah, this definitely seems like it's going to put a lot of pressure on the players to actually make a risk on giving up their defense in order to recover back their health by going on the offense. Now, let's talk about the new mechanic, Heat, or the Heat system. As stated by the developer, the Heat system is a period of time that is overwhelmingly beneficial to the attacker, featuring the concept of being aggressive, which seems to be the direction Harada wants to go with Tekken 8. And when you go into Heat, it only lasts for a certain amount of time, specifically 10 seconds. The user of the Heat system will enter a state of enhancement or awakening for a certain period of time, and this can create a starting point for tactics and offensive actions. When you go into Heat, your character gets a blue flame-like aura to indicate to you that you're in Heat mode, and like I said before, you only get a certain amount of time to stay in this state. That time can be calculated by the blue gauge underneath your health bar that slowly drains as time goes along, which in turn forces you to make the most out of that heat, given the small amount of time you can use it. What it looks like, you can enter Heat during any time of the match with a simple press of the R1 button, and this can only be done one time per round. There are two types of trigger methods, and both of them are named Heat Burst and Heat Engager. Now, Heat Burst is pretty much what was shown in the introduction, with Paul activating his Heat and striking his opponent. It can be used to follow up on aerial combos, and it makes your character plus on block if your opponent guards it, which again makes being on defense really scary because your enemy could follow up with another button after it connects. Now, Heat Engager works sort of similar, but this move needs to actually connect with your opponent in order for it to activate fully, and this also takes away health from your opponent and gives them gray life if blocked also. And then the cool thing about this is that you could follow it up with a combo after all of this connects as well. After you successfully connect Heat Engager, you get a slight dash towards your opponent, which puts more pressure on them, giving you the advantage. At the beginning of your heat meter, you'll have two chains glowing called your Heat Energy, giving you access to special moves called Heat Smash. And you'll also get access to Heat Dash as well. Be careful though, you'll only be able to perform Heat Dash twice, as it only consumes one of your Heat Energy. Heat Smash, on the other hand, can only be used once during Heat because it consumes both of your Heat Energy. So there definitely will be Heat Meter and Heat Energy management at play here. And all of these moves, buffs, and perks that you get from going into Heat will differ between each character. Lastly, the control types. There will be two control types that you could choose from, and those being Special Style and Arcade Style. The Arcade Style will allow players to play the game with its traditional control layout, which I guess is more targeted towards veterans of the series. And then Special Style controls makes the character a bit easier to play, not requiring you to have to put in so many inputs and so many complex button presses to get a certain combo string off. And lastly, we get a nice little trailer of Nina Williams making her return to Tekken 8. It looks like she's incorporated more gunplay into her moveset this time around, and I also like her outfit in this game compared to their original outfit she had in Tekken 7, and I low-key like how her finisher is like a Trigram's air palm, but for the most part it's pretty much Nina doing Nina things, rolling around on the ground, snapping people's arms. She kind of gave me Housewife by Morning and then CIA agent by nighttime kind of vibes. Oh, and I can't be the only one who saw her heels at the beginning of the trailer and immediately thought Zafina. But that's almost everything that was discussed in the new Tekken 8 introduction showcase. Feel free to have a conversation down below and let me know if you like the direction that Harada's taking Tekken 8 with its hyper-aggressive approach style gameplay. You already know the deal. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this and keep up with more videos on my channel, hit the subscribe button. This has been Ty Savon, and I'm out, people. Later.